Dedication. This report is dedicated to the memory of its first chairman, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, a man who cared deeply and spoke out. Brave Heart by John Belindo, Executive Director, National Congress of American Indians. This brave heart lies surrounded by brown faces, so sad to be themselves. We have seen him staring at primitive landscape, broken treaties and broken hearts. The brown children have sung, garbled chords of muted warlike music from tiny buffalo robes. We are no longer little hops from the Hogans and Pueblos. We are no longer little pinion holes in a bowl. The sun where nothing lives pours life into the silence of the trees. A cedar sprouts nearby, growing in warm felicity and grace. Braveheart with his eyes disclosed all the secrets of his art, astonishing the elders. Rising on the battlefield against his own native stars and stripes, pitifully lean, crying out at the American conscience against Sand Creek and boarding schools. It is enchanting to hear the warriors sing. We will never leave the sandhills, forests, the valleys. We will never leave the grass, high summits and high winds. We will joy in the reflection of the sunlight from the white snow. Braveheart often quoted a famous man, "Men are not made for safe havens." Nor were they always found amid the luxuries of civilization. We have heard Braveheart live loyalty and bravery, a young Irish warrior rooted in the same soil which nourished Crazy Horse, Gall, Sequoia, Osceola, Joseph Brant, and Pope. Across the dour howl of Oklahoma, South Dakota, New Mexico, Florida, Maine, and New York, one expects to go on forever, over and over into paradise. Our best braves rode with him to a greater destiny. Warriors love a jeu de bar coup in the afternoon, afterward speaking eloquently to the people, and they listened. Whirling blankets of gray dust enshroud the words of ancient prison-wearied patriarchs. White men shooting and stabbing while black cattle flew the stars and stripes. White men drunk with the clang of railroads, devoid of reason, not wanting to hear the true outspoken words of Braveheart. The war-bonneted brown culture trapped in the quagmire of policy and commitment. A way of life annihilated by the gripping forces of progress. Spiritual law and order left to bleach on an arid anthill. Humaneness dying agonizingly. America may regret her modern hatred of the dark people, the cowboys' insolence. Our programmatic substitution for traditional values. We may weep for windswept sand, dawn-crowned mesas, the buffalo dances of Mandans, and our Icaras. Sacagawea danced with extravagant joy, said Lewis and Clark in Historic Reflections. Now Bird Woman has vanished on wings, bearing Shoshonean laughter, accented across lifeless prairie dog mounds, filled with rusted Jefferson peace medals. The Mandans wail, singing chants of fatalism on the Missouri River. We live in fear, we welcome death. Our children covered with spotted red ochre, our children covered with dirt. We will vanish from the earth. We will lose our bark houses. We will lose our loved ones. The white man will cover us up with his smiles, his promises. The white man will burn our boats, our dead. The white man will kill us. Braveheart wept and then rode away into solitude so profound we saw only the richness of the vegetation and wild animals. The drum was beaten only by great men. Yea, the chant was sung throughout the camp. So brown people began the procession of the Calumet, a never-ending circle of peace and harmony. We have heard his death song. We lament Braveheart's journey to the sea. We will never forget him.